Sometimes people who are mentally challenged and have a history of sexual abuse mutilate their own sexual organs.
Hello and welcome to the final podcast, the last podcast you will ever listen to, especially after this episode.
And your final bros are here again. Brian Hapul-Costa and Shane the Holocaust Survivor Smith. And, we're here again. Fucked up February. We doing our thing. I'm saying it's what it is.
Well, we're reviewing this week Human Centipede II full sequence. The movie sucks. All right, we'll wrap it up.
That's it. Wrap it up.
You got anything to add to that?
So I feel like we're going to be talking about the first movie a lot during this.
Yeah, because it's so much better. And I don't even think I gave the first movie a good review.
That's the thing. It's like one of those things where we're going to be praising the first one.
And I don't even think we gave it a high review.
I give it a 5, I think.
I might give it a 4, 3, somewhere in there. But it's one of those things. And I even say with Dead Girl, it's like sometimes when you watch other stuff, you tend to appreciate something else more.
Yeah, this is so this is the first one's the first sequence. This is Human Centipede II full sequence.
Because the 3 is the final sequence.
Sure.
Which is the worst of the. No, I actually think 3 is better than this one.
Really? The tone is different.
It might have made me snicker.
The third movie is a comedy. Straight outrageous comedy, but it's just not it.
So the thing with the third one is there's nothing redeeming about it. It's just, I think the word to use, and I've heard other people say it, is it's mean. It's just a mean movie. You're not supposed to. There's nothing about it that makes you feel good or that makes you enjoy. I think the best example to use of something like that is I Spit on Your Grave. The first 45 minutes make you uncomfortable. It's hard to watch. It's an angry just rape movie, but the last half hour, it's like that redemption arc, something to cheer for. There's
yeah, I see what you're saying.
This is just mean. It's just people doing mean things to other people with no positive. There's not a single positive thing that happens in this movie.
Nope. I mean, nope.
Yeah, that's there's no bright light anywhere. There's not even a false hope. I guess maybe there's one false hope with Yenny.
I'm thinking now, yeah. Does the one girl get away in the car? The pregnant
Technically,
girl?
yes. Which that whole scene is weird too, because how she went from dead to alive. Was she dead, girl?
I think she faked it.
Okay. But, I thought she wasn't breathing. I guess he wouldn't know. He's stupid.
He's literally an idiot.
Yeah,
that's the content of this movie. So, difference between this movie and the last movie. Human Centipede II is the story, basically, of a fan, I guess you could say.
He's a fan.
He's a big fanboy of the first movie. Loves it, to a sexual level. Absolutely loves the fucking first movie. Loves the idea of the human centipede. Tries to replicate the idea himself. That is the basis of this movie. Thing is, this guy is a security guard versus the first guy being a renowned
doctor. Yeah. I do love the hammer and the joke. It's 100% medically accurate. He writes it in
big
fucking
ass letters,
chalk in his book.
In his fucking human centipede scrapbook.
Oh my god. When the mom finds that is actually kind of funny. When she's 100% medically accurate.
Is this from a movie?
It's absurd. Yeah, this movie though, there's nothing good about it. It's gross. If you like gross...
Oh, yeah. It's a gore fest.
Yeah, and that's all it is, though. There's no...
Supposedly that's why it's in black and white, because the movie was too gory to make in color. But
which I find absurd.
There is a color version. I wonder if the color version really pronounces the amount of excrement.
I was actually going to say, if you want to check it out, not watch it, but maybe fast forward through some parts and just see what it's about.
I don't think this is any more gory or anything else than we've seen, so I'm not
that's what I'm saying. There's definitely gorier shit out there.
The more gross part for me is the shit, because
the shit parts are gross.
There's a lot of shit in this movie.
But I feel like we've seen grosser shit scenes in other movies.
I mean, we've seen Sweet Movie, so could you get shittier?
Sweet Movie is so...
That movie is very tough to talk about because of what is actually in that movie.
It is horrible. It's Mike G's favorite.
Mike G's favorite movie.
Yeah, that one's just fuck.
Yeah.
fuck.
So that's tough. That's a tough one.
Yeah. But we're not talking about that piece of shit. We're talking about this piece of shit. So let's jump into something that isn't a piece of shit. The Spooky Pit.
Never. That's never a piece of shit. Human Centipede II, full sequence, released in 2011. A lonely security guard who does not speak gets the job of being the successor of the Human Centipede. How does he get this job? Well, he watches a movie, likes the idea, becomes the man that's going to put together a 12-person centipede.
He doesn't even accomplish that either. He gets at most 10.
Yeah.
Because one woman is dead and another guy dies before he can get him in the centipede.
Oh, yeah. 2 people die. So it's really a 10-person centipede.
Yeah.
In any case, directed by Tom Six, the guy who directed all of them. Stars Lawrence R. Harvey as Martin and Ashley Yenny as Miss Yenny. And the reason why I'll list her, she's the first person of the new centipede. She's also from the last movie.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Can you, I wonder why she came back.
Gotta be a fan. I don't know.
I guess.
Tom's probably a cool guy, right? I mean, Tom.
Can he be? I don't want to talk bad about him. I personally don't know him. So, yeah, I don't know anything about him. But he seems kind of... Now that I know he's doing a masturbation club movie, I'm starting to wonder, this guy, he's kind of weird. He's kind of a weird dude.
Definitely weird. He's probably a sweet man. Who knows?
It kind of reminded me of the movie Crash.
Oh.
Not the racist Crash, the car sex crash.
Yeah.
Because it was people gang off on tragedy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this guy's just stealing from Cronenberg now.
Gotcha, yeah.
But who knows?
A lot of centipedes. Even Martin, who's the main character, he has a centipede.
He does.
I think it's a vicious. I think fucking.
So centipedes are very poisonous.
Yeah.
They hurt. If one that size were to bite you, you would be in excruciating pain for a while.
I didn't know centipedes are poisonous.
Not kill you poisonous. It's painful poisonous.
Okay.
So they have a venom. That's so they kill their enemies with the venom. But so if one were to bite you, you would be in pain from the poison. Not would kill you,
I see what you're saying.
That's what causes the excruciating throbbing pain for quite some time.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've never been bitten by a centipede. Don't want to either.
No, but that's not it wouldn't be a house centipede.
It's
or
one of those.
It's what you see.
Well,
in the
that
movie.
thing was fucking huge.
Yeah,
ginormous. In a war, even you, I know you don't like bug Shane in an environment, with this movie with human bugs, actual bugs. Question: I do have a question for you.
Hit me with it.
Why are you always licking?
Licking? I wouldn't say I lick that much. No. I mean, yeah, I'm not that big of a licker. I'm not a lick-a-tongue.
Why are you always licking?
I'm just not. I'm just not. I think that's exaggerated.
Right.
You know what's not exaggerated?
What?
The fact that this movie sucks. Okay. So let's get into it. Let's because I'm sure you're gonna have more riveting questions for me. You never know, right? It's a surprise. All right, so we see Human Centipede 1 as a movie. Martin's watching it in the car park, and Martin is really into this movie. And then Martin is gonna go into the car park, and he's going to attack a woman and a guy who are arguing over a car.
Yes.
Now this is my problem with this. The first part of my problems with this movie. And this actually goes back to Dead Girl. Apparently, tire irons don't kill people. Because he bashes both of them over the head with the tire iron. He then hits them again when they're on the floor. But no one dies.
Yeah.
Can you actually, I feel like if we tested this and one of us hit each other, the other one would be going to jail for murder.
Well, yeah, true. And also the consistency of hitting people with a tire iron really doesn't make sense. Because it kills, it doesn't kill.
That's a good point, too. Because he does kill someone with it eventually. Yeah, I don't know. Also, it's an ongoing thing with this movie. So this is a job, right? He's like Wes Bentley. He's working security.
He's a security guard, yeah.
The amount of people that have gone missing in this car park, wouldn't they question him?
Sure. Here's my next question. The man doesn't talk. He maybe has one line in the whole movie.
How do you get the job, right?
How do you get the job? How does he interview? How do you, essentially, are you able to work the overnight shift of, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m.? And he's just,
It's...
you got the job, bud.
You're in. That's all we needed. We just needed a friendly smile. That's how we hire people these days. Friendly smiles.
So yeah, I don't know how this guy gets the job, but he doesn't talk. I don't know if it's anything to do with his upbringing. They'll go into his past of how he was physically and sexually abused by his dad. I think his dad says some sick shit where like, don't even cry. Your cry makes me like
harder.
Yeah,
Your cries are making my willy harder.
Yeah,
I think it's
so literally what he says, which is fucking sick because he's a child molester.
Yeah. But like, was he a baby when that happened? Because like the cries sound like a baby cry.
Probably,
so
probably young kid. I mean, like, if you think about it though, like child molestation, like they're kids, their bodies are not meant to be.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's
going through that.
It's such a. That's the thing. Like the whole child like sexual abuse thing is like a tough subject in and of itself. Like it's now to throw that on top of the fucking Human Centipede.
Aren't you happy that you're not in that space?
Yes. Yes.
That you don't want to be there.
No, you don't want to go down that road.
No. But yeah, let's jerk off with sandpaper.
Oh God, that does happen. So
he literally takes out his dick and jerks off with sandpaper.
Yeah.
To the Human Centipede.
We actually see the dick too.
Everything.
And he's just wrapping sandpaper. You know what's weird? It looks like he's wrapping real sandpaper on his dick.
Yep, I'm pretty sure he does it. Like
that's gotta hurt just to have the sandpaper touch your dick.
It's not in trivia. I was looking, but like he legitimately jerks off to sandpaper, like with the sandpaper around his dick. And then, well, that's what the whole thing about like he does see that doctor.
Yeah.
The doctor kind of tells him about like, you know, the fact that you were diddled can manifest in you having like these self-abusive behaviors.
As
sexually.
the doctor is like groping his inner thigh.
Yeah. Literally touching his inner thigh. His sick pedophilic doctor that's doing this.
Yeah.
Also,
the doctor does have my favorite line though in the entire movie.
Oh, is it in the car?
I literally burst out laughing.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's fucking absurd.
Yeah, Martin does go see a doctor. I think his mom probably makes him see the doctor. He lives with his mom.
Well, his mom blames Martin for the dad missing, for the dad being in jail.
He wasn't that bad of a guy.
He's like, I love my husband, but this fucking idiot, he made him go to jail.
I mean, yeah, Martin is not working with a full deck.
No, he doesn't speak, like you said, and he just smiles at centipedes.
Yep, loves his centipede and loves the Human Centipede specifically.
He hides like the thing under his bed, like you said, the whole portfolio of.
Yeah, he has a scrapbook of Human Centipede. You know, we did brush it under the rug a little bit.
Yeah,
but the first movie is a movie.
Yes,
in this universe.
Yes,
like, the first movie was fake. It was a movie.
Yes,
that he was watching.
Yes,
and so I kind of hate like all that darkness is just like. Wow, that was just like, that's how you wrote that out. It was a movie.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing when you really think about it. I kind of wish, I don't know how you would do it, I guess, a sequel, since everyone does die in the first one, pretty much. Like, the doctor dies, the centipedes die.
I think someone just like reads the case file and just
does it. That would have worked better. I don't know. I do feel it cheapens it to make the first one be an actual just movie.
Just wait till the fucking third movie.
I know.
We won't go there yet, but woo!
Yeah, so this is another thing. Since the first one's a movie, what's her name? Yenny?
Yenny, one of the characters in the first movie. I don't know which one she was.
She was the survivor.
She was the one in the middle?
The middle
piece?
I believe she was the middle piece. You are the middle piece! Yeah, she's the survivor. So this is the thing, and I don't know how this works, but apparently Martin, a man who doesn't know how to speak, is able to convince her agent that he's recruiting for a Quentin Tarantino movie.
I don't understand it. I don't know what tomfoolery and trickery he's done, but he constantly throughout this movie gets calls about people interested in the new Quentin Tarantino flick that he's recruiting.
Yeah.
Insane.
I don't understand how that works.
Yeah. I also don't understand how he was able to lease the warehouse, not being able to say a word to
he kills the guy.
Kills the guy, that's right.
So yeah, so when they're in the warehouse, he's like, oh, so you're going to sign the fucking papers?
And he kills him.
He just kills him. Yeah. He just kills him. So he signs it in blood.
Yeah, he kills him.
You know what they say? No money's better than blood money.
Blood money. Yep, that's the one.
Blood diamond.
That's it.
Blood diner.
Blood diner?
The meal is you. Remember when we were going to review that on Final Friday and have yet to ever touch it?
Nope. Yeah, we'll get there one day.
One day we'll get to Drag Me to Hell.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
we mentioned that on the second ever episode.
I know.
And we're like, we're going to do that in the coming weeks. It's been 2 years.
It's been 2 years.
We'll get there.
But before we get there, we got to talk about a little bit of rinse repeating, because what he does is he basically needs to fill this warehouse with 12 people.
Yeah.
It's his goal to make the 12-person Human
So
Centipede.
literally he just keeps stealing people from
The car park. And putting them there.
Gets a pregnant woman, gets her husband, gets these 2 whores, gets...
Yeah, that one prostitute that's in the stairwell. Brings her on board.
Yep.
She tries to escape, unable to.
Yeah.
He has a gun, because he does use the gun.
Yeah, so Martin just does have a gun.
He has a gun.
How'd he get a gun? How did he get that gun?
I don't know, maybe his father.
I don't know. All right, so things to mention. 1, the mom wants to die.
Yeah, she wants to kill them both, actually.
Yes, and so she starts banging on the neighbor's ceiling.
Apparently their neighbor is this...
Skinhead?
Will just absolutely hates these people and wants to kill them. So
He comes downstairs and holds Martin up by his neck pretty much, and he's like, I will fucking kill you, mate.
Yep. Nice British accent.
That's how he sounds.
Yeah.
I thought he did pretty well. Yeah, he's just an absurd character. He doesn't kill them. Martin will get the last laugh of that guy later.
Oh.
But first, there's a special scene in the car park, right? He's got plenty of people already. Then out of nowhere, there's these 2 guys, one of them being the doctor, and he's getting a blowjob from a prostitute, while the other guy, they make sex. This movie makes, like...
What the fuck you looking at, mate?
But, like,
Sorry.
he had fingered the prostitute, and his hands are all, like... Just the
wet
in slime. It's not even wet. It's slime.
What the fuck did he? What did he put his fingers in?
Like the idea is that he
fucking KY jelly.
That's what I'm saying. The idea is that he fingered the girl, and that's just the inside of the girl. But it's like it legit almost looks like fucking Vaseline, like is all over its fingers. Look, like you get wet, but it shouldn't be like fucking clumpy looking. Like it's so gross. It's so gross.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Martin's just staring at them. And then the doctor, I'm just going to say the line. He's like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go word for word.
Go for it.
He's very much like, this blowjob's pretty great, but I really wish I was fucking that retarded boy. And when he said that, I was like, yo, what the fuck?
How does he randomly like think of that? Like,
why is he saying that?
Why does everybody want to rape Martin? No offense to the guy, I don't want to say anything, but he's not the most rapeable dude.
It's fucked up February.
He's not the most rapeable guy in the crew. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, like Martin's that like he ain't gonna let the whole squad hit, but the whole squad's gonna try to.
They're gonna
hit.
try to hit. Yeah.
Hey, I don't know why.
Uh,
Yo, also the doctor looks exactly like Sigmund Freud.
Yeah.
Like it's so annoying.
It's annoying, and Martin's got a great comb over. Maybe that's what it is. It's a great comb over.
It's absurd. Anyway, so he's just gonna start blasting, right? He's gonna shoot the friend. He's gonna shoot the doctor in the dick.
Yeah.
And he's like, Martin, please think about it. I'm your doctor. And Martin shoots him in the head.
Dead.
Which is, I feel like Martin should have put him in the centipede. And I feel like he didn't because it wouldn't have worked with the beard.
Yeah, that's probably yeah.
So they're just like, kill him. Then he does take the girl.
I mean, nothing would have really worked much in this whole scenario anyway. That's the girl that was in the stairwell, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Same girl. So that's also when he's chasing that girl, he waves at the little boy.
The little boy, and that was left in the
Which
car.
is kind of his only line where he's like, ah.
Apparently that was the only one of only characters left alive in the movie. But I thought the one mom survived
She does.
too, right?
She definitely
So I
survives.
think the IMDb trivia.
But that's why I said IMDb trivia is not always 100% medically accurate.
No, because the one girl does actually get away.
In the worst scene in the whole movie. That scene's just absurd. Absurd.
Yeah, as well as laughable.
We'll get to
It's
it.
literally laughable.
So anyway, yeah, once Martin gets her, he goes back to his apartment where his mom finds the book under his bed.
Yeah, the scrapbook.
100% medically accurate. What does this mean, Martin?
She makes a line of like, is this something you watch in the movies? Yeah. I think he literally owns one movie and just like watches a DVD every day at work. He absolutely fucking loves the doctor, like Dieter Laser's character in the first. He loves him.
To be fair, he's great in that first movie.
He is amazing. But also I love the fact that Martin gets a lab coat as well. And just rocks the lab coat in the factory.
It's absurd. By the way, like I still like rewatching it. Like he does look like a fucking lizard. Doctor.
Data Laser. He's got like lizard-like qualities.
Yeah,
for sure.
He's a salamander.
Yeah.
So
he's creepy though.
Martin's gonna shove his mom's head into the centipede tank.
Well, she wants to kill them both.
Yeah.
She literally says, "I want to kill us both."
So she shoves her head. She gets bit by the centipede,
and that's gonna be all those toxins from the centipede. All that
it's gonna
centipede
hurt.
poison.
It's gonna hurt a lot, but it doesn't matter because he literally just starts bashing her entire face in with the.
Oh, this is sick. Yeah, bastards are facing with the tire iron.
Yeah.
Big kill with the tire iron. So much so that it actually has like a hole in the face.
Yes.
And then he props her up on the dinner table. He's gonna have dinner with his mother with a hole in her face.
But he makes the neighbor come down.
Well, yeah, the broom.
Neighbor comes running in. He's actually gonna murder them, but Martin just shoots him in the leg.
Yep. Pop in the leg.
And then Martin's gonna tie him up, and he's going to the centipede pit.
Who's this thing with the one hitter? The one hitter with the tire iron and knock him out.
If only Wheeler could swing like that.
Oh my god. Yay, sex.
So anyway, he's gonna bring everyone to the warehouse, and it's time. Let's get weird.
Okay, time to get weird. Half the movie is already gone. He actually doesn't really create the centipede until like 35 minutes left in the movie.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna create the centipede. He does have these weird like blueprints. I'm gonna call them blueprints.
They are blueprints. They're literally
of how he
blueprints.
can make this work.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start? Oh, we could mention the fact that he does. Did we mention the fact that he calls Yenny?
Oh yes, you're right. Yenny is called, and she's
the last. I think she's the last one because he has to pick her up.
He picks her up,
and bring her to the actual warehouse.
Aren't there all people in the back of the van too while he's bringing her?
Oh, is it? I don't remember.
I thought there was people in the back of the van that he was transporting.
She's like, hey, like I love the first movie. Like I'm super excited, like to do a Tarantino film. She's asking him questions. He just
smiles. And then she's like talking about how she's a germaphobe, and he's just like fucking hacking up a lung as he's coughing next to her.
Yeah, what's the deal with the fact that, oh yeah, Martin has tuberculosis?
Yeah, it's like an underdeveloped plot line.
Is he like really that asthma? Is that like the deal?
I guess.
And what does that have to do with the story?
It doesn't do anything. Got it. My favorite part is then when they get there, and she's like, oh, is that Tarantino's car? And it's like a fucking Chevy Corsica for like 1987. Tarantino ain't driving that car.
No. Tarantino ain't driving.
No. Someone's driving Tarantino.
Yeah.
And he subdues her, and she's going to be the lead of the centipede.
Centipede number 1.
You are the middle piece.
It's so funny.
So yeah. How do you even want to begin when they're all in there now? Like what? Like
so yeah, easy. So he's been getting them, and they're on the floor tied up. They have their arms tied behind them, and their legs are tied with duct tape. This guy's not very. This is how he works. He operates with fucking duct tape and staples.
Yes,
that's how he puts this thing together. It's not procedure. 'Cause you know, in the first movie, like the guy will take like skin from certain body parts and put them procedurally around the mouth, so like the ass would fit good, and like the knees would fit. Like they'd be able to, you know,
it would all work.
This is not the case here. He's not doing any of that. His plan is to literally take all of these people and pretty much staple them together to become the centipede. Yeah. Another thing that's great, the first movie, the idea is like it's one digestive tract. This is not the case. No. And I think that, I don't know if he wants to get it to work, but then there's so many like problems with getting it to work. I think he's just even half-assing it. He's at the point where like, I just need to like make it look like I'm getting it to work.
Yes. Well, so before he starts, the pregnant woman presumably dies.
Well, the thing is, he does hit everybody in the head with the tire iron. Yes. Literally the way it starts.
Yes.
Everyone gets hit on the head with the tire iron.
So he thinks she's dead. So he moves her out. He covers her up. She's in the corner. Then he gets the neighbor. He starts with a neighbor and he starts hammering his teeth out. That seems fucking sick. With the chipping noises it was making and all that. Like that was like it's like chip, 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 chip.
Yeah. And then that's a long scene because he does it to like all of his teeth and he starts pulling the back teeth out. I guess because he's gonna like put that right up to the asshole.
Yeah. I'm assuming he does it to every person. They don't really go into
They don't go into it, but he would have to do that to every person.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a long scene because it was like continuous.
Yeah. Then
I don't know how the fuck they shot that, but that was sick.
You know, I was thinking that too. Because like obviously it had to be like a fake mouth, but how did he do that? Because it like shows it pretty up close. Like
yeah, I had to think it was just kind of just probably some like fake prosthetic mouth where like you hit it and it just generated blood.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's gross. Then is the grosser scene where he starts cutting knee tendons out.
That is gross.
Because, like, I remember seeing that in 127 Hours where he does it with the arm tendon.
Oh, my God. That scene is fucking sick. And it's a true story.
Yeah. This is, like, that cranked up to 10. It's so hard to... There's something... Because that's such a tight tendon.
It literally looks like a rubber band.
Oh,
and he literally cuts everybody's knee so he can pull it out and snaps it on everybody's knees. So everybody.
It's so... Oh, God. That is tough to watch.
Yeah.
So he does that to everyone. Then he kills the next guy by, like... He just starts carving into this guy's ass.
So I think he tried to do what the original Doctor did by take certain parts of their body to make the centipede, like, work.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was, like, around the facial skin or ass to the mouth or what. But he takes certain body parts, and he was trying to cut this guy pretty fucking deep.
He cut him way too deep.
He literally just pretty much cut his ass off.
Yeah.
And the guy bled to death. He starts crying because he realized he just fucked up his centipede.
Yeah, he is.
But it is execution time, Shane. He's not going back. This is what he's dealing with.
He can't go and get more bodies. So he's like, fuck it. It's a 10-person centipede now. So then he just starts stapling mouths to asses.
Yep. And this is what I'm saying. Like, this is superfan Martin. He's not, number one, it's not going to be one that does subtract, and he's not going to, like, surgically sew them together ass to mouth.
No.
He is stapling them ass to mouth.
And it looks so weird with their, like, lips folded up with the staples in them, and it's just, what the fuck is going on?
I also, like, my immediate thought was, I have so many thoughts about this movie.
Yeah.
One, I don't know how they were not able to get out of this. When he left the facility and everybody is just tied hands behind their back and with duct tape around their legs, you can literally stand up like that.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why those people could not stand up?
I don't know. You think
I know it'd be hard.
You think he'd be able to, like, roll over? Or
I'm pretty sure, like, if you're in that state, you can roll, but I think it might be difficult, but you should be able to find a way to get to your feet. None of them were able to.
No.
I'm thinking about this, and I was like, he doesn't drug them. They're literally just, their legs are tied tight by duct tape, and their arms are behind their back tight. There's nothing else that's done.
You think you would be trying your hardest to, like, do whatever you can to, like, get out?
I have to assume that they were, no matter what they tried, they were unable to, obviously, but the more I'm thinking about this, the more I think that, like, you would be able to get out of it. It's literally just duct tape.
Yeah, no, agreed.
Even if it's really tight, like, you're going to tell me that, like, you can't get a way to just, like,
wiggle,
wiggle and, like, awkwardly get to your feet. I don't know. I had a hard time buying it, but there's a hard times to buy. Again, he staples their mouth shut. As hard as it sounds, you should be able to pull your mouth out of that. And, and guess what? One guy does do it. The neighbor does it.
Yeah, you're right.
But why is it after everything? And, like, at points where, like, you're going to get shit in your mouth, my fucking mouth would be pulled out of that ass so
fuck
fast.
my lips.
Fuck the lips. Fuck the pain. Look, maybe not staples, but I've had my lips ripped apart before. One lip.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It was a shocking thing. Didn't really feel the pain because I was in shock, but I'm sure I would be fine.
Yeah. All that adrenaline surging through you. You're just trying to escape.
You would be bleeding a shit ton, though. There's no doubt about that because your mouth and your head
bleeds a lot.
So he would be bleeding, but if someone's going to fucking shit in your mouth, you're going to take that?
No. And that's the thing. Like, he wants them to start shitting on each other, and he, like, just all he does is start, like, rubbing their tummies, like.
So step number one, he feeds the first girl a little clam chowder.
Yeah.
Right? A little chowder. Very gross. Number one, he sticks this ginormous tube down her throat.
Yeah.
Which was gross to watch. But when he takes it out of her mouth, that tube is fucking long. That would have went all the way down her fucking body.
It would have came out the other guy.
It literally would have.
Exactly what I was thinking. So yeah, but, like, he just thinks they're automatically going to start shitting. Because that's the thing. Like, just because one person shits doesn't mean the next person's going to shit.
He doesn't have, and I think that was the purpose.
Yeah.
He can't rationalize these things, and he doesn't. So then he has to, like, force it to work. You know, it's not going to naturally work. Like, he thinks he has this. So then he's like, okay, well, I'm going to make it work. I do have this bottle of laxatives, and I'm going to put it in needles in everybody's ass.
would it even work like that if you
almost
syringe a laxative into someone's ass? I feel like that doesn't work.
I'm almost positive that would not work.
Yeah. But it does, because like everyone just starts shitting on each other.
It's gross because you do see the shit on their ass, yeah.
And you see the shit like coming out the other people's mouths. And the last girl shits on the wall.
I do think it was clever that the camera was close and you like shit so much it got like on the camera lens, which is just a cool effect. Gross, but cool effect.
Yeah.
Tom 6.
So they're just fucking, there's just shit everywhere. And then comes the rape, right?
Yeah.
Where he ties barbed wire around his dick.
Well, there's the whole thing about mutilating yourself if you're, I don't even know the importance of this, but he was molested as a child, so now he just wants to mutilate himself, so he puts the barbed wire in his dick and bangs the last chick.
Yeah.
Rapes her.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
Does he kill her? I don't know if this kills her, but he...
Well, he kills her afterwards.
No, I mean, like, but does the rape kill her?
This doesn't kill her.
I mean, what does happen in the process of these goings on is he, like, after the rape, the pregnant woman...
Gets up,
starts... Was it her water? It's black and white. So I don't know if she's bleeding or her water.
It looked like blood was coming out of her.
Blood,
so it's like a blood birth.
In any case, she's running out of the facility with her blood coming out. A lot of blood.
A lot of blood. She's bleeding out.
She gets in the car. He comes out. She locks the door so he can't get in. She gives birth. Floats right down. Easy birth.
Mm-hmm.
Easy fucking birth.
The easiest birth that's ever happened.
And it wasn't like something that, like, she did it herself. You know, like, for instance, Martin was trying to make them shit by doing noises. Like, he wasn't her at the baby. She did this herself.
Yeah, it just flowed right out.
Just flowed right out, right onto the bottom of the car. And to get away from him, she has of course, the ignition, classic horror trope, can't get it to work. It does get to work eventually. And to pull away, she full on lead foot on the gas. Only there's a little cushion to that gas pedal.
Yeah, because there's a baby directly under the gas pedal.
She literally stomps the baby's head.
Yeah. I feel like she could have moved the baby first. Like, this scene was just so unnecessary.
It's ridiculous.
It was so unnecessary.
But this is like... This
is like we said. This is shocking for the sake of being shocking.
Yep.
There's, like, no... it's just fucking...
No rhyme or reason.
No.
She could have just, like, one-hand palmed that baby.
She literally had the umbilical cord. She could have just fucking pulled them up real quick, just fucking throw them over her shoulder. Anything.
She could have just kicked it to the side.
Anything. Other than just stomping on its head.
I laughed. I'm not going to lie. I laughed a little bit.
Because it's absurd.
It was absolutely absurd.
Anyway, he gives up and just goes back inside. And he's like he's all defeated. His centipede broke apart because the guy broke his lips from the person's ass.
So finally, he's like, you know what? I had enough shit in my mouth for one afternoon. I need to break away. So he does pull out, blood everywhere.
And Martin just literally walks in like Danny DeVito and just starts blasting.
Yeah. I love how he eventually like runs out of clips.
So he has to just start. He doesn't even cut their throats. He starts carving their necks.
He carves their necks, yeah. But he basically just goes from the. So there's like two sets of centipedes now.
Yes.
And he just literally starts just shoots them and ends the one. The way he ends the one.
The one centipede, they've all been shot in the head.
And then, like you said, he runs out of clips, so he has to just carve their necks. And I'm pretty sure he kills every single one except the lead girl, Yenny, in the beginning,
who turns the lights off. She turns the lights off. Then he turns the lights on, and she cracks open the centipede case over his head. She puts a funnel in his ass, and then puts the centipede in his ass.
Yeah.
So Martin just has a centipede in his ass now.
He's getting that centipede in his ass. It doesn't stop him from getting up with the centipede in his ass.
No.
And sticking a shiv in her neck. Yeah. Because that's what happens.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yep. It's just an absolute gore and excrement fest. Like, this is just... It is not what the first movie was, for sure.
No.
The first movie was conceptually disturbing. This is like the execution of... like how disturbing this could be if not properly done. Because remember, the first guy was a lead, well-known, renowned surgeon.
Yes.
This guy is a surgeon of security footage.
Yes. And apparently doctoring him because no one knows he has kidnapped anyone.
It's amazing how he has left a wake of blood and dead bodies in this car park, and everything is cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Never bothered.
Yep.
I actually think he owns the car park.
He might, honestly, because who else is going to hire this guy? Then again, that smile is...
hear me out. His dad was the owner of this car park. He sent his dad to prison so he would inherit the car park.
Probably. Honestly,
it makes more sense than anything else that's happened. So she Martin stabs and kills Yenny, right?
Yep.
Then what happens to Martin? I actually forgot. Does he just go back to work?
Yeah, that's how the movie ends. You're right. He goes back to the car park. He watches the end of Human Centipede again, and that is literally the end of the movie.
Are we supposed to think it was all in his mind?
So a couple of things. You can conceptualize that while he was watching the movie, he just thought about all of it, doing all of this.
Yes.
Or you could think he just he did all this and went back to his day job.
Truthfully, it makes more sense if he just thought about doing all of this, because there's no way he would have gotten away with all of this.
And I had to look because I wanted to see, like, did he, like, is this a way of, like, maybe he made this movie and, like, he was watching the credits of his own movie, but it does say Tom Six in that, so he's just watched the first movie again. So what do you think?
I think he imagined all of it, only because the amount of plot holes, if he had done all of that, like, is absurd. First of all, even the guy who would have leased out the warehouse, like, people are going to look for that guy.
Yeah. I mean, I think both are believable just because how dumb he is. Because
that's a good point, too.
Like, because he just didn't really care about he didn't really think it out, so he would get caught. He's going to get caught anyway. Like, that would be, it would be like the easiest trail back of all time.
Yes.
But in any case, I can see it makes more sense if it's like a quick, like, oh, this is just all in my head. This is my life. I want to do this, but I can't do this. This is what I got.
Yeah,
this is what I'm working with.
100%.
I think that makes more sense. Doesn't really change so much so how I feel about this movie either way. Probably maybe a little bit better of an ending. It's more of like an idea versus that. But this is just truly gore for just it being gore. It's not good.
No. Well, that's it. Review, right?
Yeah.
So fucked up February, week 3, right? We started off with Gummo, 10 out of 10. We go to Dead Girl, 6 out of 10. Now we're here. We're talking Human Centipede 2. I don't remember what I gave the first Human Centipede.
I gave it a 5. You might have given it a 4.
Okay, good. Because I don't. I want to make sure this movie is rated lower than that.
I mean, this is not even. This is significantly worse.
Which is why I'm going to give this movie a 2.
Yeah.
I hated it. Like, it's the worst piece of trash I've ever seen. Maybe, but truly it's not. Like, we've seen much worse movies overall. I mean, just listen to anything we watch on the final Friday.
Yeah, seriously.
Nah, but this is just a piece of shit. There's like we said, like fucked up works if there's a point or like a story or an overall like meaning. This just kept coming on. It's just edgy for the sake of being edgy. It's just like a kid in 8th grade trying to make edgy humor or something like that. That's all it is.
It's literally all it is. And it's literally the only thing I could say about it, too.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm just going to give it a 2 out of 10. It ain't my cup of tea. Maybe you'll like it if you like shit in your mouth. But for me, I'm going to pass.
People would like this movie if they really just don't care about a story and they just want like the most let me see the most shocking shit.
Yeah.
To me, that's not enough. So I don't like it. I give it a 3. Probably it's bad.
Yeah,
it's like a generous 3. It is really bad. The first movie, it makes you talk about the first movie like it's this esteemed, great fucking
when it's not.
Film. It's not. It's just it's an interesting concept and it's a disturbing concept to think about, especially because it does make you question. Wait, could this actually be done?
Yeah,
which I'm pretty sure
it can't. It's not 100%.
We don't have our resident doctor to confirm, but I don't think it can. I think I looked somewhere. It said like absolutely not. But
I don't think it would work with the digestive tract and stuff like that. So
I don't. I also if it like even if like the nutrients you get from fucking shit, you're not gonna live.
No,
and you're gonna get infections out the wazoo
and die. Yeah.
Yeah, I have it as a 3, but really low end 3. I mean, it is just absolutely gore for being gory, and no substance or meat behind this one.
Nope.
That's that. I'm very excited for next week, though. But before we talk about next week's movie, we got to talk about who's getting put in the book. Put in the Necronomicon. And there are a lot of fucking kills. Some of them are easy and cheap.
Yeah.
But some of them are pretty brutal.
I think I'm going to do... Mine would either be the doctor or the mom.
I know mine. So you choose yours, and I'll choose mine.
I'm gonna say the doctor.
Mine's the baby.
Oh my fucking
100%.
god! Okay,
100% the baby. Okay. The cheapest kill in the movie, probably. The stupidest and most nonsensical kill, but because it's the nature of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this woman literally, she's trying to get out of this situation so badly she could care less as she gave birth and just stepped on her child and killed it.
Yeah, this could be some sick PTSD. So what side would you like for the baby? Cthulhu or the Yellow King?
Doesn't matter.
We'll give you Cthulhu. I'll take Yellow King for the doctor. Give it a good flip. That was a great flip.
Great flip.
It's the doctor this time.
Okay. Doctor.
Give me the news. You got a bad case of raping boys.
Imagine being a doctor. What's that saying where it's just like, psychologists make the best patients? Or something like that.
They're right.
Something like that. Am I getting it wrong?
I think I know what you mean. I don't know the saying though.
Yeah.
It's because they're fucked up too. Is why they.
Yeah, because to analyze this shit that's fucked up, you got to be somewhat fucked up
yourself. Which this guy was. I commend you for if you don't actually naturally have that beard, you did a good job of just looking like Sigmund Freud. I thought you were gonna go talk about Oedipus complex and fucking your mom or something. I don't know. I liked your death. It was the one story element of the entire movie, and I think that's why I wanted to put you in the Necronomicon, because you were the one thing in this movie that had a cohesive story to it and wasn't just mayhem. So we're gonna throw you in the Necronomicon. Really, there wasn't much. Most people just got shot in the head. Yeah. He got shot in the head.
He did, but he did deliver that incredible line, and he had this weird rape plot out of nowhere. I don't know. And he did circumnavigate being in the Human Centipede just for the sole purpose of the fact that he had a beard, probably.
Yes, 100%. So, that's 3 weeks down, 1 to go, and of course, we save the most fucked up for the 4th week, the main event, Brian's favorite, knocking another movie off the display wall.
That's right.
We are going to end with Cannibal Holocaust.
Yep.
A movie I said I would never do.
But you're doing it. You've done it. You said it. You did it. You had to watch it again, and you're like, you mentioned it. Maybe I wouldn't watch this again. Same thing with Sallow. You watched them both. You said, fuck it, for the pod.
Because now, I never do have to watch them again.
You're free.
They're done. They're officially dead to me.
Until we do Cannibal Ferox on
That wasn't as bad.
No, it's nowhere near as
Actually,
bad.
that movie is a worse overall movie.
Oh, it's much worse. The movie's actually dog shit.
But it's not as hard of a watch. So, I guess with that said, we're the final podcast signing off, and we'll see you next week in the Green Inferno.
I was honestly hoping that you were going to say that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, really excited. It's just so sad that it's one more week left of fucked up February.
I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move on. Get me out of this month.
You're like, I live here, Shane. This is
I know. This is your bread and butter.
It's all good. Yeah, tune in every Monday for Final Podcast, Friday for Final Friday. FinalPodcast.com. We house all that shit. So we'll see you next week. For the most fucked up movie potentially of the year.
It is.